On this train before, I must warn you, it is extremely fast. We go from 0 to 10 miles an hour in about 3.5 minutes. So please hold on, everyone. Please hold on.
Those two whistles you just heard tell us that our engineer has received our all clear, and we will be pulling out of the depot at any moment. As we get ready to depart, let me remind you of a couple of the safety rules you'll need to know.
Moving, everybody. Come on. Push on the row in front of you so we can get this train moving. We need some help, folks. Come on. Push on the row so we can get this train moving.
Push! Let's get this train going.
We need some more pushing going on there. Come on, push on. There you go.
All right, now we're moving. Now we're moving.
Now, folks in the last few cars, look over to the left in the middle. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Howdy!
All right, look at all these fine folks out there. Give them a big wave as you go by. Now, coming from the right side of the train is Dollywood's famous fresh still home to that delicious cinnamon bread. If you haven't had any of that cinnamon bread yet, make sure you buy at least 2 ends because one will not. Wave at all these fine folks out there. Come on, wave at them. Now, let me tell you all a little bit about this piece of rolling history. You're right. 1941, after the attack of Pearl Harbor, beginning World War II, it was determined by the U.S. Army they needed a highway through Alaska for its protection. So in 1942, the U.S. Army took over the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, started moving material supplies and personnel to build the Alcan Military Highway. In April of 1943, the Baldwin Locomotive Works out of Eddystone, Pennsylvania, built this Darrogate McCall-style engine 192. She weighs 211,000 pounds and is a 282 locomotive. That 282 simply means 2 small wheels in the front, 8 large drive wheels in the middle, and 2 small wheels in the back. As she completed, ship built to Skagway, Alaska, worked on the Alcan Military Highway and commissioned it to the U.S. Army. Over on the right side, wooden structure called fire. 280,000 tons of material supplies and personnel travel behind this train, and only just like her. Up to 34 trains a day we used in the road construction, and in 9 months what seemed impossible became possible. The Alcan Military Highway was completed.
First time I rode out, jumped out on Thunderhead.
I bet you did true veteran of World War II. We are Dollywood proud of all veterans of all branches of service, and our thoughts and prayers go out to those on active duty today. '92 was retired, and in 1961, an East Tennessee theme park named Rebel Railroad purchased her. And that's when she became known as Klondike Katie. Oh, look to the right side of the engine up there, where's her engineer Julie? Come on, wave at that young lady. Come on, get your hands up and wave at her. Now, Klondike Katie's remained here through the evolution of the park from Rebel Railroad to George West Junction, to Silver Dollar City, to the present day Dollywood, where she continues her tradition of hard work. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenic wonders of the foothills of the Smokies. Listen to the engine as it goes up the mountain. And imagine you're back in 1851 behind Tennessee's first steam engine, the Tennessean.
You're going to end up flying away there.
Now coming up on the right side of the train, that's Wildwood Grove. The way you get into Wildwood Grove, it's right across from the Mystery Mine. Wildwood Grove is built our park a couple years ago, so come up and check out this Wildwood Grove. That's located Wildwood Grove. Wilderness Pass. We'll talk a little bit more about that on the way back down Wilderness Pass.
I'm sure going to have to get off the wash the tank. It's slower and slower going up this hill. Huh? Huh? Oh. I told you.
Cherokee Indians call these mountains the place of the blue smoke. It's a natural habitat of more flowering plants and trees than anywhere else in the United States. You can hear the music in the air of over 200 different species of birds. The Smokies is a never-ending song that changes with each season and with each pair of eyes. Now we're here at Dollywood, we're really proud of Klondike Katie and the guys and gals who operate her, so much so we like her to show off every once in a while. So what do you say, everyone? Would y'all like to hear some music on that Baldwin locomotive whistle? I said, would y'all like to hear some music on that whistle? Yeah. All right, on the count of three, let's tell that engineer to blow the whistle. Ready? 1, 2, 3, blow the whistle! National Park was established in 1934 and is the most visited national park in America with over 12 million visitors last year.
All the buildings are gone.
Mm-hmm. All the buildings are gone.
Now folks, if you look over to the left up on top of that mountain, that big old house sitting up there, guess whose house that is, folks?
Mine.
I don't know whose house it is either. It's a rental cabin. Now, the woods, we used to have an outhouse. Now, kids, if you don't know what an outhouse is used for, I'm going to let you ask your parents. If your parents aren't real sure, ask your grandparents. I'm sure they can tell you. But I know for a fact the outhouse was used for two main purposes. Number one and number two. Now, coming up on the left-hand side of the train, well, that's called Wilderness Pass. That green roller coaster down there on the left is called the Fire Chaser Express. It's a dual-launch roller coaster, which means it goes both forwards and backwards. No loops, no drops, just fast-moving curves. You don't have to be 39 inches tall to get on that ride. It goes about 34.5 miles an hour. That big balloon behind us is called the Wild Eagle. The Wild Eagle goes up 21 stories. It'll drop you 13 stories into a giant 110-foot loop with speeds in excess of 60 miles an hour. It might be the most exciting 2 minutes and 22 seconds you have in the park this afternoon. Now show of hands, who's been on the Wild Eagle? Okay, one person. Show of hands, who's not going to get on the Wild Eagle? Oh my goodness, the feathers are flying everywhere. Hey, y'all go to that Wild Eagle merchandise shop down there and get yourself a big old bright yellow t-shirt and it says, well, it says I'm a chicken. The engine up there and wave to our fireman Casey up there. Come on, get your head up, wave at that young man. Come on, wave at him, everybody. He's the one responsible for hand shoveling all the coal into the firebox. This engine operates today just like it did when it was first built in 1943. On a busy day, Klondike Katie will use 5 tons of coal. drink 5,000 gallons of water and bring between 4,000 to 6,000 people up and down this mountain. We're at Dollywood, really proud of Klondike Katie and the guys and gals are operators. Hope y'all enjoy traveling behind her just as much as we do. Over on the left, folks, that big old thing going straight up, that's called the drop line.